the lady alongside of Tim. She writes with the sharpest pen in country footy in Victoria. Does a great job with the Weekly Times. I speak of Ros Lanigan. Welcome, Ros.
Hi guys, nice to be here again.
Okay, we're going to jump straight into it. This is a very, very special night for us on Off the Bench. So let's get stuck into all the latest news from across the state in the Country Footy Roundup. For Roundup Ultramax, the only thing that beats Roundup is Roundup Ultramax, now available at your local distributors. Rozzy, it is over to you.
Yes, well, we are very lucky this evening to be joined by Chris Tatunji, of course the father of Casey, who very sadly became a quadriplegic back in June, it was now, in a game playing for South Barwon in the Geelong Footy League. First up, Chris, thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Thanks,
first
Roz.
question, I guess, to you is, for everyone at home, what is Casey's current situation? How's he going at the moment?
He's improving day by day. His state of health has improved day by day. His prognosis is still the same. He's still diagnosed a quadriplegic, but his general health has improved, which we're all very pleased for. And he's been at the Royal Talbot now for 8 days, and he's just started into his rehab program, and you know, he's got a positive outlook and his spirit's good. So we're all very positive to try and work with him and give him that support to make things, improve things for him.
Of course, co-coach of the Swans this year, he is still very much involved in the footy club and watching the tapes and making sure everything's going well on the field by the sounds of things.
He is. His co-coach, James Garvey, comes up and visits him on a Monday night and a Friday night, and they review the game from the week before and they work out the game plan for the opposition coming up on the following Saturday. So it's pleasing to see.
Chris, you're supporting him, obviously, and the family supporting him. How's life changed for you and your family? It must have been turned upside down.
It has been, Tim. It has been. Particularly in the early stages, you know, that initial shock after the accident of just where we're at, and when sitting in an emergency ward at the Austin Hospital, waiting to hear what the outcome of the surgery was. That really turned our lives upside down. It was quite an emotional roller coaster for the first week or two. We've had great support from our local community and the people around us in Lorne and Geelong, and the assistance we're getting to help manage our business and our family life and affairs at Lorne has been fantastic.
And you've moved up to town as well?
We have moved up to Kew, directly opposite the Talbot. It was the closest place we can rent, and we can walk to the Talbot from there every day and help Casey manage the situation.
His attitude seems to be pretty good, because you just talked about the fact that the co-coach comes up, they review the previous game, but then he also looks forward to the upcoming game. The role of football with regards to what Casey's dealing with right now would seem to play a really significant role to keep his attitude focused on what he needs to do, but also something that he really loves.
It does, Wayne. It definitely does. I mean, his life, in sporting life, has really been focused around football. You know, he's come from a junior through the TAC up to VFL level at Geelong. So his focus has been football, and he's not going to drop that, even though whatever happens to him, you know what I mean? And it's a good thing to have at this stage. So the football community around him outside of that has been great, you know.
Chris, often in these situations, people, they don't know what to say, they don't know whether they should contact you or they shouldn't contact you. What has made you feel good in terms of the support that you've had around this particular point of time?
I think, Tim, having some close friends contact us early on, knowing that we were being probably bombarded with messages and even emails and phone calls saying, what problems have you got when you really want to focus on Casey, and helping us deal with that situation. And they've been fantastic. You know, people set up a Facebook site for him, a website for him. So it was a go-to point that took pressure off us. But getting some messages from people outside of even our local contact group saying, be positive, we know the situation you've been in because we've had a child go through this type of thing. There is light at the end of the tunnel. You know, that's all reassuring stuff for us. You know, it is early days, but they're pretty bleak days too, but it gives us some hope, you know.
Well, this weekend is the chance for the country footy community to do its bit, and you'll see the appeal details up here. It's the Casey to Tunji Coming Together for Casey, they're calling the round. It's going right across country Victoria, primarily, of course, in the Barwon area, but right across country Victoria. I'm already aware of clubs holding fundraisers, rattling tins, doing all sorts of things this weekend coming up. The big thing is the Geelong Footy Club has put together a package. The 10 top fundraising clubs around Australia, around Victoria, will go into the draw to win, to become an AFL club for a day with the Geelong Footy Club next year. You know, this includes training with all the Geelong coaching staff. It includes using their physios, getting a meal cooked by their player's chef, pretty much everything you would have in the AFL player's life. So that is an absolutely fantastic prize, and congratulations to the Geelong Footy Club for putting that together. So this weekend, the big appeal, wherever you are around country footy, there will be tins, there will be the ability to donate, so make sure you get involved and your club gets involved. Now, we'll have the details on our Facebook site. Also, if you pick up the Weekly Times, all the donation details are in there as well. And Chris, you must be stoked by the response that has happened from not just from your part of the world, but from all over the state.
Yeah, it has been unbelievable, Roz. The support, again, look, it's humbling. The words, you just can't find words to describe how you feel about what people have been doing, and the assistance they want to do and they want to help, and to have this weekend, you know, dedicated for an appeal weekend for him is just fantastic.
Well, just before we say goodbye, Chris, you've got a T-shirt there of your young boy.
I have, Wayne. This is what the Shakers will be wearing at the weekend, and if you see one of them around the ground at Geelong, or I think even around some of the hotels in Geelong, this will identify them for that fundraising activity.
Well, I tell you what, it's tough times, but know this, we may not know you well, but know that an entire state and country is behind you, your family, and more importantly, your son. We really do appreciate you coming in tonight.
Thanks very much, Wayne.
There you go, Chris Tatunji, the father of Casey Tatunji. If you can support, then please get involved and support this young man and his great family.